Ayrton Senna, the rain god, the fearless genius, dead at 211 miles per hour. And here's the part that still haunts F1. The technology to save him existed. Not in theory, not in some lab. It was built, tested, proven, and Formula One ignored it. This is the story of 10 safety breakthroughs that could have saved Ayrton Senna, but F1 waited too long. The tech existed, but how close was it really? Let's start with the one that hits the hardest. The Hans device, head and neck support, was already being used in other racing leagues like NASCAR. It was a carbon fiber lifesaver, and it worked. But when F1 drivers said it was uncomfortable and blocked their movement, the FIA backed down. Senna died of a basilar skull fracture, the exact injury the Hans device was designed to prevent. Imagine a fire extinguisher in the room, and everyone decides to blow on the flames instead. And if the Hans wasn't enough, F1 ignored another layer of protection right where it mattered most. IndyCar raised their cockpit walls in the late 80s. It worked, but F1? Too worried about aesthetics and driver visibility. Senna's car was pierced by a suspension arm that came straight through the cockpit. Higher sides might have stopped it, but hey, gotta keep those cars sexy, right? Even if they're coffins on wheels. But it wasn't just what they didn't raise, it's what they did use and how it shattered under pressure. F1 loved carbon fiber in the 90s. Strong, light. But back then, it shattered like glass under stress. When Martin Donnelly crashed in 1990, his car literally exploded into pieces. The carbon fiber didn't flex, it fractured. NASA had safer composites. F1 didn't care. They chose lap times over life-saving structure. It's like strapping yourself into a rocket made of knives. Speaking of pressure, want to see what happens when you remove safety features entirely? Yeah, buckle up. Wheel tethers were being tested in the 80s. They worked. They kept 200 miles an hour tires from turning into cannonballs, but they added weight. So F1 ditched them. Senna's crash? A loose wheel became a missile. No tether, no chance. Imagine removing seat belts because they wrinkle your fireproof suit. And if all that wasn't brutal enough, wait till you see what Senna's car hit. It wasn't just a wall, it was a damn tombstone. But here's the part nobody talks about. Senna was already thinking about quitting F1. He knew something was off that weekend, and he told people, concrete walls don't absorb impact, they reflect it. Safer barriers already existed, steel and foam energy reduction barriers, and other tracks were using them, but not Imola, not F1. Concrete was cheaper, and Senna paid the price with his skull. But here's the sick part. F1 could literally see everything happening in real time, so why didn't they use it? Even researching this script had me furious. The decisions they made feel criminal in hindsight. F1's real-time telemetry in 1994 was god tier. Heart rate, suspension loads, steering inputs, all tracked. They could have used it for driver health, crash prediction, mechanical failures. Instead, they used it to shave off milliseconds. It's like using a defibrillator to time a jog. Because when they weren't ignoring data, they were ignoring the weather. And that weekend, it was cursed from the start. Imola weekend was cursed. Friday, Barrichello's crash. Saturday, Ratzenberger dies. Sunday, Senna. But weather tech existed. Doppler radar, military-grade forecasting. F1 could have called it off, could have paused, could have protected its drivers. Instead, they gambled, and they lost. But the worst part? Someone did try to stop it all. Someone who knew exactly what was coming. Professor Sid Watkins was F1's top doctor. He begged them for changes, wrote reports, raised alarms. He told Senna not to race that day. He wasn't just a medical advisor, he was Senna's friend, and he watched his prophecy come true. So why didn't they listen? Simple, it always comes down to one thing: follow the money. Every safety fix had a price tag, but Champagne didn't. Sponsors wanted speed, TV wanted drama, teams wanted podiums. Safety? That was optional. Senna's death cost F1 its soul, but it saved them millions in lawsuits. And once Senna was gone, suddenly every safety feature they ignored got installed. Funny how that works. Hans became mandatory, cockpit walls raised, wheel tethers installed, safer barriers mandated, medical response upgraded, all within 24 months of Senna's death. They had the tools, they had the knowledge. The only thing missing was a tragedy big enough to force their hand. And that's why this should never be forgotten. F1 today is safer than it's ever been, but only because legends like Senna paid the price. That can't happen again. If you think Ayrton Senna deserved better, if you believe motorsport should protect its legends, not bury them, hit that like button. Subscribe for more untold stories from the world of speed, danger, and the price of progress. And drop a comment below. Which safety tech should have been mandatory before 1994? Let's make sure F1 never forgets.